And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll be brought down at what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped him. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Smith. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. And some room to maneuver. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Cowboys. Christian McCaffrey. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Cowboys answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the 2-point conversion for good measure. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. Rodgers going to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Stephon Gilmore dials the corner blitz and earns the sack. At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. Another try after the 1st down sack. Rodgers got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the 1st. Now Rodgers. Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Pitts. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Now a play fake. Rodgers. toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
They run with Hines. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
To throw is Rodgers. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Now Rodgers got to have this one. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Cowboys' defense is going to get them the football back. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys' offense. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Okay, break.
They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this 3rd down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the first down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D. Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Here we go on 4th. Smith. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. Now Rodgers, a free play. And this is caught. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And it's no good. He missed it. And the game remains tied. Oh, boy. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Smith now to throw. Steps away to his left.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Smith.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. Here's J.K. Scott now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Rodgers.
Pass complete to Hines. And he'll have a quick first down here as he gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Rodgers to throw.
Connecting with Hill. And quickly another first down, but tackled inbounds.
And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. Now Rodgers.
That one into the hands of Shepard downfield.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So the Cowboys going to get the first chance here to search for a winner as we're back underway to start this overtime. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
156 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. dropped. Back at the 15-yard line.
Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack.
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. McCaffrey on the counter. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. And they're going with some extra beef up front. They've got to have this one in overtime. It's 3rd and 1. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. McCaffrey, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. We needed extra time to decide this one. The rushing score in OT finishes it off, but all throughout, really just a great game to witness.
I agree, and the whole time we were watching and working on this game, I had it in the back of my head. We could get to overtime. Just the way this game went, the ebb and flow of it all. And then to get there and finish it what I would call an old school way, a running play. Because in today's NFL, we throw the ball to ring the bell, don't we?
Not there. They ran it in. And again, just a great, great game that we bore witness to. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
They begin the drive with Hines. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That's good for a Buccaneer first to pick up of 12 yards. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
What can Rodgers do now with his drive? And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. And his throw here's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now it's Rodgers. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 down at the 33. And he's got room.
And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 89 yards now for Hines on the ground, and that's a 1st down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
We know he has a lot of confidence in his arm and likes to force it downfield, but the coverage was tight there. Fortunate it wasn't picked off.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. Oh, it's intercepted. That'll seal it. Picked up by James Bradbury.
And the Cowboys are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. Charles, a heartbreaking way to lose this game. They got into position for that final play, had a decent look toward the end zone, but ultimately picked off, and that's your ball game.
Yeah, they gave themselves a great opportunity, didn't they? They'll replay that snap over and over. But sometimes you just have to give credit to the other side. Defense stood up in the final moment and came through with the interception.
You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. Yeah, I jump out the booth. Then I might hop through the roof. Count all the rings. My team is the truth, but they some liars to you. And they never sing, but they always shoot. And all of their diamonds are new. And that's why I'm here with villain, cause I really get it. And I need all my honeys in blue. You gotta choose.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And this one is underway here on EA Sports.
Fields this way up at the 17.
And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
It may be only a gain of 3 yards, but that back, he deserves a lot more credit on the play. That could have easily been stopped at the line, but his vision and his determination found some space to turn it into that modest gain.
Hit the street! Hit the street!
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Off of play action, here's Smith.
And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
On 2nd and goal, Hurts. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It's a big loss of 5 there on 2nd down to bring up 3rd and goal.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he's got it. 11 yards, but still not enough. 4th down.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
On the sneak, it's Hurts.
Trying to wedge his way in there, no signal. I don't think he got there. He didn't. They try the sneak, but not enough push. He doesn't get in. And this Cowboy defense comes up with a goal line stand. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know the thought process.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body.
Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner, forget starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Up the middle with Eckler. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tyler Higbee from 4 yards out.
And the Cowboys use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
You got it figured out by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fields this way up at the 17. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Smith's throw complete here to Waller.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. They snap it to Smith. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Two seconds to go, first quarter.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
He finds his man, complete. It's Jansen. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Running on first down, Eckler. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Hurts.
Touchdown! Tyler Higbee with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Cowboys go up by 2 touchdowns. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And that'll make the score 14-0. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
Taken in at the 3.
Oh, good return up past the 30. And they'll have good field position here as he's out of bounds up at about the 34-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Smith. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That one good for 26 and a first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now a draw play to McCaffrey. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. 2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Smith forced out to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Smith.
To the right side and complete to Jefferson.
And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Christian McCaffrey
taking it in from a yard out.
And the Cowboys have got it back to within a score.
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. The PAT good. It would draw him closer, but hold on just a second. A flag is down on the field.
And that flag accepted.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. It's a squib kick that still makes its way down inside the 15.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
Steps away. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle, and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fake.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
So naturally, they will decline it. They got the first down anyway on the play.
Who needs a penalty when you picked up the first down through hard work and effort anyway? First down.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts.
Throw left side is complete to Irvin.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now, a quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
He dumps it to Eckler underneath, and he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
19 tight.
Eckler now between the tackles. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. Got an open man finding Jefferson.
Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
What an excellent end result for them. But let's go back to the decision, first of all, to go for it all on 4th down. A lot of pressure on the quarterback's shoulder.
And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown.
Jalen Hurts finding A.J. Brown. And the Cowboys will extend their lead here just before halftime. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And it's now 21-7. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And the Cowboys are able to recover. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line.
And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Though certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've done.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. He'll take it at the 42. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
The Smith's throw pulled in by Jefferson.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. Sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
2nd down and right back to McCaffrey.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Come back in!
3rd down. Here's McCaffrey. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Here we go on 4th. Smith. That's to his running back, complete. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a 1st down.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Throw left side, complete. That's Brown. He's at the 30. 10, 5. Touchdown, Cowboys.
A.J. Brown
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Cowboys will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Hurts will throw.
And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. And the Cowboys are able to recover. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So,
touchdown, Cowboys!
Christian McCaffrey.
He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Cowboys are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield in the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
19.
Throwing is Hurts.
That's caught by Irvin. And he's got some space here.
Still on his feet.
Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Irvin, 66 yards.
And the Cowboys have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter.
They'll try and run it here. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's past the 30. He will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Well, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
Here we go.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll roll him out right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Justin Jefferson.
29 yards.
And the Cowboys have opened up a 3-score lead as they pull away here in the fourth.
They'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to.
He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Justin Jefferson.
65 yards.
And the Cowboys have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that cuts this lead down to 13. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. What was once a really comfortable lead is not so comfortable anymore. Down to a 2-score game after they've seen a pair of touchdowns go against them on those last 2 drives.
Yeah, they've got to find a way to get off of autopilot right now, okay? Get back to what was working for them earlier. Understand that they still have a 2-score lead, so it's not dire, but at the same time, okay, guys, let's mash the gas. Let's get going again. Let's have some fun.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Austin Eckler.
77 yards.
And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
They'll try and throw for it. It's complete. And this time he'll be stopped short of the goal line. He might have been out of gas after the long run. In any event, the try for 2 fails. And the Cowboys are able to recover. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Now Geno. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Geno. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Now defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Well, no field goal attempts for him until the final quarter, but no hesitation on his end. He comes right out and nails his first field goal try.
And give him a lot of credit, too, because he stood there the entire ball game, but has managed to stay with it both mentally and physically. When they called on him, he was ready, and he knocked it through the posts.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Now it looks like he'll throw here.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Troy Hill picks it, and the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
Buying time to his left. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
Boy, this crowd is on pins and needles now, because anytime you see the ball heading for the end zone, you really hold your breath, and they come out of their seats. That one falls incomplete.
And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
Well, they were looking to pick up the first down on 3rd and short. They got a little more than they bargained for, finding the end zone as well.
And oftentimes in short yardage situations, you get a lot of defenders stacked near the line of scrimmage partner. So if you can get past that first wave, there's usually room to roam, and he found it.
Escaping the pressure right. And they will get back to within 1 score as he is into the end zone, and the lead's cut to 8 here in the 4th. Time definitely of the essence now, just under a minute to play, and here we go. And the Cowboys are going to secure the football, and with it, they'll just about secure the victory as well. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. On 3rd down, here's Eckler.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 117 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
18 Cardinal.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts.
Sliding out of the pocket. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. There he goes left side. 30. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Listen to this crowd now. Their guys need a stop on this 2-point conversion. Smith. And he will get in. The 2-point conversion is good, and we may be on our way to overtime. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
On second down, Eckler. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly